Listo.
Hey you, it's Olivia. I do like just, following my live content. I like to do international travel story times, and I'm actually about to take you on a trip abroad with me to Iceland and 3 surprise bonus countries that we'll be seeing super soon. But for today, this is just a little life update, and that is that I'm moving back in with my parents. You might notice behind you the room is still a little decorated. This is still my house down in Alabama, but I'm pretty much shooting one more video and then it's time to pack all of this up and head out and say goodbye to Alabama. If you've seen my house tour already, which I'll put over here and down in the description, you've seen this room down in Alabama, but just to give you an idea, I'll go ahead and show you a comparison of my current room versus what I'm moving into. Alrighty, so here is my room down in Alabama. Got my filming area over there, electronics area here, lots of wall space for decorating, and a nice big bed. And then for clothing storage, I have that little dresser and this closet over here. And yes, it's been amazing. I love my room. So this is the room I'll be moving into. It is a little bit cramped. There's not much walking space. I'm hoping to be able to personalize a little bit, maybe clear some of the clutter, but a lot of this isn't mine, so it won't be totally up to me. But when I get back, we will see what I can do with this. And yeah, I mean, to be totally honest, I am so grateful that I have the option to move back home, because I know that for some people that would be such a huge help and they don't necessarily have that option. But I like it better here. So why am I moving anyways? And the answer is money. It's because when I worked it out, I actually was able to talk to my manager here in Alabama, and there was a pathway for me to just stay at this hospital, which I also like the hospital here better. But the pay, I had forgotten how staff nurse pay is. It's still a perfectly decent income, but I've got that lifestyle creep going on, and because of some debt payments that I'm making, I really was going to be too close to the edge. I could technically afford it, but it was like within a couple $100 margins of me getting in real trouble with some things. So I told myself, the responsible thing to do now is actually to move back home, which is kind of funny because I feel like we, in the United States, like general United States culture, we have this stigma about going back into your parents after you've, gotten out of university and everything. At least in my family, it's very much like that. Not as bad for me as a girl. I'm glad I'm not a guy in this situation, but it's definitely still there. It's funny because I actually have friends from other cultures where it's perfectly normal to stay at home for, indefinite amounts of time, especially for girls. And I'll be talking to my dad, especially about them, and he's always just like, why in the world would you ever stay with your parents past like 19 or 20? And it's just one of those things. Honestly, my opinion, for one, I'm glad that even though he has that attitude, he's okay with me coming back home, just for a few months as long as I have a nursing job and I'm not planning to stay indefinitely. But I'm honestly all about if you have a healthy family dynamic and you and your parents are both down for it, staying at home. I mean, unless at least until you get married, if that's something you're interested in, you can help support your parents to pay the mortgage off faster if they don't already have that paid off. And you kind of get a financial head start that way because you're not having to pay like the insane amount that rent is right now. So yeah, I am not doing this video to shame you if you're somebody who is having to move back in with your parents or considering it. Like I said, my thing is as long as y'all have a healthy dynamic. If it's super unhealthy, you might want to start looking into other options. I have had people in my life who I've talked to about that where it's like, okay, this is so detrimental to you that whatever financial hit it is, if there's any way you can make it happen, you probably should make it happen to get the heck out of the house. But in my case, I'm fortunate enough that my parents are relatively, healthy and functional. Our relationship is perfectly functional. and I am just going to move back into my childhood bedroom that I used to share with my sister, the one that I flashed up on the screen here towards the beginning. Of course, there's some things like I think one of the reasons that I like it better here is that even though I have a bunch of roommates sometimes, a lot of times they're at work, even in different cities, and they're only here on the weekends, or we have such different sleep schedules that I don't really see them. And the kitchen is not right next to anybody's bedroom, so I can go into there and, do whatever and it's fine. In the case of my parents' house, the kitchen is right by their bedroom, and their bedroom doesn't have a door. That's another deal with my parents' house. There's not as much privacy. My bedroom has a door, but it can't close. It's not really a fully functioning door, so you can crack it to like indicate, hey, I want a little bit of privacy, but you can't just properly close it like my door here that has a lock and everything. So there's a little bit of that. I mean, yes, they're my parents, but also I'm an adult now and I like being able to feel secure in my own little space that's mine, But all that to say too, our background's about to be changing. So yeah, based on the current posting schedule, you'll see maybe 1 or 2 more videos down here in the Alabama house. Then we're going abroad, and then we'll be at my parents' house up in Tennessee. And we'll just see where that adventure takes us. For now, the takeaways are, I'm moving back in with my parents. I am not ashamed and I am able to be grateful. And for the things that are not as comfortable, like a little bit less privacy and things like that, the fact that it's going to be colder up there because we don't have central air and heat either. We actually use a fireplace. I can talk about that when I move up there. Anyways, all those little maybe inconveniences where it's less comfortable or I'm missing something about the lifestyle down here in Alabama, I'll chalk it up to those are little luxuries that I'm sacrificing because I made not the greatest financial choices, and now this is what I need to do to dig myself out of the hole I put myself in while still being able to travel. So that's the great thing. That's the way it's almost like a luxury sacrifice because if I took all the money I've saved and put towards travel, I probably could just stay in Alabama, but I want to travel more, so that's why we're going to my parents instead, because that's how I can make it work financially for myself right now. I hope you enjoyed this video. Sorry if I was a little bit low energy or rambly. It has been a whirlwind. I had my last day at work. I got off this past morning of filming this video, and my coworkers were so sweet. I was hugging them all goodbye. They threw me a little pizza party. I think that's the first time I've ever been thrown, a pizza party to say goodbye. Usually, I think once or twice maybe I've been brought cupcakes or something, but these girls really went all out, and guys. So thank you to all you guys. I know that some of y'all heard about my YouTube, so if you guys are watching this, oh my gosh, hi from, well, I'm in Alabama with you guys right now, but hi! And I hope you enjoy the Iceland videos. Let me know down in the comments if you have moved back in with your parents as an adult. If you want to tell me why, you can, or like any little struggles that came with that, how you felt about it, how people in your life took it. And again, I want to encourage making it less of a stigma. Like, let's not take advantage of our parents or anything like that, don't get me wrong. But I think that for people who have healthy relationships with their parents, it can actually be a really good thing for both parties. Let me know what you think down below, and we'll be seeing each other again. I've got like 2 more videos to put out for you before we take a little break before our international postings. So make sure you stick around and hit that like button and subscribe if you haven't already. See you next time. Bye-bye. Hey bestie! So good to see you again. Here's your crown if you're new and you didn't know to stay after the credits. Thank you so much. I'm glad you're here till the very end. For this time around, I think I just am going to say, how about you drop a little house emoji down below, and if you're comfortable, because remember, we're internet besties but with boundaries, you can tell me a little bit about your current living situation, like, if you live with roommates, if you live with a partner, or totally alone, or with your parents, because I just think that's interesting. I think that we overestimate, well, depending on your social circle, we kind of have a skewed view of how common it is to have one living situation or the other. So I just think it's cool. It would be cool if we shared that together to kind of help broaden everybody's perspective. Anyways, it's time to go, so we'll see each other next time, okay? Bye bye!